Manchester City may spend heavily this summer, but the issue is not how much they spend, but how they have built the team, as well as the list of players they own. Jeremy Doku, Savinho, Phil Foden, and Oscar Bobb are clearly bright and promising names for the right winger or right midfielder position, depending on how you define it. However, the bigger question is whether these players have the quality to keep Manchester City at the pinnacle of European football. Manchester City has dominated the Premier League for nearly a decade. They have laid their hands on the Champions League trophy, the title they desired the most. However, maintaining the number one position is always more challenging than reaching the top. To continue their dominance, they cannot rely solely on Tier 2 players, those who are talented and have potential but are not yet guaranteed to become world-class superstars. At least for now, Doku is quick and explosive, but he has yet to show the consistency required at a club like Man City. Savinho may be a rough diamond, but his goal-scoring ability remains a question mark. Phil Foden, despite his brilliance, is likely to be locked into the number 10 role in the future to replace Kevin De Bruyne, who could very well leave as soon as this summer. Additionally, they have another talent in Oscar Bobb, a good player, but not yet someone who can change the course of a big game. At least for now. There is another issue we need to consider, whether Rodrigo could join Manchester City. However, he wouldn't be playing on the right wing but rather on the left. That said, I don't really see this as a likely scenario, because Manchester City has just spent big on Mohamed Amamus. The idea of benching the Egyptian newcomer to make room for Rodrigo just doesn't seem right. So why does it have to be Rodrigo? Or at least a player of his caliber? In the early years under Pep Guardiola, Man City built their squad around players who had already proven themselves at the highest level. Ruben Dias, Rodri, Erling Haaland, these kinds of signings were the foundation that helped them reach the Champions League. But if they now only add promising players without bringing in one or two true superstars, they could very well enter a period of decline without even realizing it. Now, let's shift our perspective to Real Madrid. They finalized their transfer plans for the summer of 2025-2026 just last night. They have no intention of making extravagant signings but are focusing on a single target, Champions League. Their squad is nearly complete, and the only thing they need is a right back to strengthen their team. This is how a truly great club operates: no reckless spending, no unnecessary experiments, just adding exactly what they need. Of course, to complete this deal, Madrid may have to adjust their finances. If they need to sell someone, Rodrigo would be the most likely name. They are not forced to sell. But if they have to choose a player to make way for Cher, Rodrigo seems like the most reasonable option. More importantly, the fact that Madrid might consider selling Rodrigo shows that they always have a clear plan for maintaining squad quality. They don't buy under pressure. They don't sell out of financial necessity. And every move has a strategic purpose. So, what is the difference between these two teams? Manchester City is in a transition phase, but it seems they have yet to establish a clear direction. Accumulating young talents can be a good strategy, but it also comes with risks. If players like Doku, Savinho, or B develop as expected, Man City could have a powerful new generation. But if they don't, they risk becoming a transitional team without truly maintaining their number one status. In contrast, Real Madrid completed their rebuilding process early with players like Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, and Eduardo Camavinga. They have built a solid core and now only need fine-tuned additions. Not many clubs in the world have the confidence to enter a transfer window with just one clear objective. But Madrid can do so because they know their current squad is already strong enough to compete for major titles. Ultimately, Man City must decide what kind of team they want to be. They can continue to invest in young players, hoping that one or two will become superstars. But that approach always carries risks. If they truly want to maintain their dominance in Europe, they need to follow Madrid's approach, focusing on quality over quantity. Because if they build their team around second-tier players, they will soon realize that the top level is not a place for gambles. The question is not just what Rodrigo has that Man City needs, but also what Man City lacks that Rodrigo could provide in Guardiola's system. Their current squad may be well-rounded, but there is still a significant gap: a world-class winger, an elite player capable of changing the course of a match when needed. At this moment, Manchester City has many talented attacking players, but none are truly high-level wingers like Mohamed Salah, Vinicius Jr., or Kylian Mbappé. In the past, the most high-profile attacker in Man City's squad was Phil Foden, who can play as a winger but has been repositioned as a number 10 or a central player. In big games, when they need someone who can make a difference from the wing, City still lacks a truly top-tier name. Rodrygo could be the missing piece they are looking for. The three most important things Rodrygo brings are experience, composure in big matches, and tactical versatility. His top-level experience and winning mentality make him more than just a talented player. He has been part of Real Madrid's most successful years. He has been through the biggest matches, from historic comebacks in the 2021-2022 Champions League to title-deciding games. When put on the scale, very few young attacking players in the world can match Rodrygo's experience in high-stakes competitions. It's no coincidence that Jude Bellingham, a player who has played alongside some of the world's top superstars, has given Rodrygo special praise. According to the English midfielder, Rodrygo is one of the most technically gifted players in Real Madrid's squad. But more importantly, he is a player who knows how to be in the right place at the right time in crucial moments. Looking back at the 2021-2022 Champions League semi-final, it was Rodrygo who scored 2 goals in just 2 minutes against Manchester City, dragging the match into extra time and leading to a stunning comeback victory for Real Madrid. Not every player has the composure and the clutch ability to score in do-or-die situations like that. Rodrygo can play on both wings and, when needed, even as a false nine. At Real Madrid, he has mostly been deployed on the right wing, even though his natural position is on the left. But no matter where he plays, he contributes immensely to the team's system, from pressing and off-the-ball movement to defensive support. In a team like Manchester City, which demands high levels of tactical flexibility, this is a huge advantage. Since the start of the 2024-2025 season, Rodrygo has recorded 12 goals and 9 assists across all competitions. These numbers may not be eye-catching, but they accurately reflect his role in the squad. In the recent match against Manchester City, the analytics site G-Scores rated Rodrygo 8.5, the second highest in Real Madrid's lineup, only behind Kylian Mbappé. More importantly, Rodrygo is a complete attacking player. In that game, he not only provided an assist but also 10 won duels, drew 3 fouls from opponents, had a 100% pass accuracy rate. These are incredibly impressive numbers for a winger. In Pep Guardiola's system, Rodrygo could be a perfect addition. He can play on either the right or left wing, depending on tactical requirements, support Erling Haaland by creating more chances from wide areas, and provide decisive moments in big matches, something Man City sometimes lacks against defensive-minded teams. Rodrygo could also gradually replace Kevin De Bruyne's role in delivering individual moments of brilliance. Moreover, if Man City signs Rodrygo, they will also weaken one of their biggest Champions League rivals. Real Madrid would then need to find a replacement, possibly a young talent like Endrick, but there is no guarantee of an immediate impact. Could Rodrygo leave if Mbappé joins Real Madrid? The answer could be yes if Real Madrid signs Kylian Mbappé and Alexander-Arnold. In that case, they might consider selling Rodrygo to balance finances or create space in the squad. However, Rodrygo won't come cheap. His price could range between €100 minus 120 million. A hefty sum but justified for a player of his caliber. Would Man City pay €150 million for Rodrygo? Reports suggest that Manchester City might be willing to pay up to €150 million for Rodrygo, a figure that has attracted significant attention, particularly from a financial perspective. At 24 years old, Rodrygo currently has a market value of around €100 million according to Transfermarkt, with a contract that runs until 2028, as per ESPN. A €150 million transfer fee is significantly above his market valuation. However, from a financial standpoint, this fee could be amortized over several years. For instance, if Man City signs him on a 5-year contract, the cost would be €30 million per year, easing the financial burden. However, if Rodrygo doesn't start regularly, the financial efficiency of the deal decreases. Rodrygo, another Grealish or a game changer? The biggest question regarding Rodrygo's transfer to Man City is, would he be another Jack Grealish 2.0? Or would he truly make a difference? Jack Grealish joined Manchester City for £100 million, with expectations of becoming a game changer. But in reality, he blended into Guardiola's system rather than standing out. Partly because of Pep's strict tactical discipline and partly because Grealish was never the type of player to single-handedly turn games around. Rodrygo, however, is different. He's younger, he's faster, he has more Champions League experience. Most importantly, he is a player who shines in crucial moments. The real question is, can Manchester City unlock the best version of Rodrygo? Or will he become just another cog in their already well-oiled machine? That is the real dilemma. Can Pep Guardiola take Rodrygo to the next level? If anyone can elevate Rodrygo to his highest potential, it's Pep Guardiola. If this deal goes through, it could either be a game-changing transfer, or just another Jack Grealish scenario. The answer will only be found on the pitch.